like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop. Until you get your mouth off LBBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys. So, let y'all tap on in. Salute to everybody. Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in the building. As I have some breaking news for you guys in the Sean P. Diddy Combs case. As Sean Diddy Combs out here swinging for the fences. As I told y'all what was going to happen. Diddy is swinging for the fences. And Sean Diddy Combs, ladies and gentlemen, has just made a big move. And he is signed. He has actually got hired Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, to join his defense team. Now, I will put out, because y'all know me, I got the paperwork on deck. Paperwork's on deck. I got the paperwork. Now, they said Diddy wanted a black woman. Well, that quickly went straight to hell because Diddy turned around. He was desperate for another lawyer. Obviously, he did not get Joe Taco Pena. A lot of people were saying, oh, Diddy's going to go get Joe Taco. Joe Taco Pena was never going to take that job, in my opinion. He already told you what time it was. I don't care what he said on Black TV. He said what time it was on the Breakfast Club. In my opinion, that's what he said. Now, he could come back and say, oh, well, I might have misspoke or something like that. Man, I don't never think he was going to take that defense of Diddy. They trying to set that whole team over there separating themselves from Diddy. So, that wasn't going to happen. But let me get this to y'all right now as I have some breaking news for you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and put the paperwork on the screen for y'all so y'all can go ahead and see. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know over here, we got paperwork party over here, man, as Diddy has just hired Brian Steele to add to his defense team. Now, I had a lot of people hit me up right now saying, oh, Diddy's going to get bail. No, he's not. He's going to get bail. How is he going to get bail and the trial starts in like 2-3 weeks? If he gets it 2 weeks delayed, which I think he's going to do now, I think he's going to get it delayed. Listen, here's the thing, man. Diddy's putting all his money on the table. He's putting all his bread on the line in this case, right? To me, it doesn't matter how many legal minds you get up there. You know what I'm saying? I think that what's going to happen, I think what happened was that Diddy saw, I'm going to say it again, I think Diddy saw all of the new information that the feds is putting out against him or that the feds have brought out against him. And so Diddy is swinging for the fences now, literally swinging for the fences, saying, I'm coming. Now, I told you guys, this trial is going to get real disgusting. And shout out to Chandra and the Cash App, the donation. I see you come through with a $100 donation. I told you, all you got to do is send me the name of your avatar, Chandra. Just send me the name of your avatar, and I'm going to give you a wrench. And salute to everybody else who donates to the stream. Y'all want to donate, the Cash App, PayPal link is pinned at the top. Use those links pinned at the top of the chat. But let's get into this because I told you guys, and y'all know I got the paperwork too. I got the paperwork right here. Paperwork on deck. Y'all know I got paperwork right there. So paperwork is there. This is a situation I'm telling you guys about, man. Diddy, in my opinion, he's seen what it was. He understands the moment And he knows it's all on the line. I mean, Diddy knows that all this stuff that the feds is hitting him with, all these new witnesses they brought in, all these new people, Diddy trying to get everybody he can that money can buy on his team. You know, anybody that got any kind of win in the case, he's trying to get him on his team. Like, yo, give me that lawyer, give me that lawyer, give me that lawyer. I don't care who it is, give me any lawyer. I put all my money on the line. I mean, bro, these are desperate moves. You make a move like this 2 weeks from the trial, 2 weeks where we know you're gonna get it pushed back to probably about 4 weeks. You do a deal to where you get this guy on this close to a trial, man. Diddy already know they stacked this shit up against him, so he does not feel confident in the legal team that he already had. Everybody can see this would tell y'all right now how y'all know these people is full of shit. Diddy is not confident in the legal team he had. If he was confident in the legal team he had, he wouldn't even be worried about hiring nobody else. He'd have moved on with these guys that he got right now. He's not confident in the team he got out there right now. He don't think he's going to get off. He doesn't. He knows he's going to prison for a long time, forever. So to me, he's trying to do everything last ditch, put it all on the line. And this is what he's doing now. And I'm telling you guys this right now. Do not think that this is going to be one of those trials where they go in there and bang on Diddy and they get no dirt on them. Bro, I'm telling y'all, everybody who backing up Cassie, I'm telling y'all this, right? We all saw what happened to Cassie, and we thought it was devastating what happened to Cassie, right? Let me tell y'all this. They are going to reveal some things about Cassie and some of these other people that are some very, very, very dark things. And I believe people need to understand this, right? Very, very, very dark things, right? And people need to hear what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all need to hear what I'm saying to y'all, right? So I think that you guys need to really understand, you know what I'm saying, what is going on right now, man. They are going to go to trial, and this is going to be one of the most dirtiest cases I've ever seen. What do I mean? All these people that's coming after Puff, listen, they had to been doing dirt themselves, whether it's usage, whether it's all kind of just nasty stuff, whether it's all kind of just, they're going to get all of them, going to get all their dirty laundry put out here in front of the world. This is going to be one of them situations where nobody comes out clean. Nobody. You know, Diddy may do the time, but everybody else's reputation and stuff, they're going to get destroyed, right? So Diddy, I told you guys how serious the evidence was. The evidence was so serious, he didn't got confidence in Mark Angliff, one of them dudes to take this case on. He got to go hire every lawyer he feel like that has won a case. And so he's going to throw all his money away. Brian Steele and all these guys, he's going to get his money thrown away. Well, I'll show you guys, just for shits and giggles, I'll show you guys what's going on. There it goes right there, the paperwork party. So it says United States versus Sean Combs, pursuant to Rule 1.3I of the local rules of the United States courts for the Southern and Eastern Districts of New York, Brian Steele hereby moves this court for an order for admission to practice pro hac vice to appear as counsel for Sean Combs' defendant in the above captioned action. I am a member in good standing in the bar state of Georgia, and there is no pending disciplinary proceedings against me in any state or federal court. Right? See the attached certificate of good standing, Exhibit A. I have never been convicted of a felony. I have never been disbarred or denied admission or readmission by any court. I have been administratively suspended, then reinstated and censored, but then vindicated by courts and provided facts and circumstances surrounding those instances in the attached the affidavit pursuant to local rule 1.3 exhibit B. I don't understand what he's saying right there. Hold on, let me read that last line again. So they're saying, he says, I have been administratively suspended, then reinstated, he said. So he said he was administratively suspended. This is Brian Steele, right? Administratively suspended and then reinstated and censored, but then vindicated by courts and provide the facts and circumstances surrounding those instances in the attached affidavit pursuant to local rule 1.3 exhibit B. And then they dated it today. I'm gonna tell y'all like this, bro. Diddy's panicking. He's definitely in panic mode. Definitely in panic mode. Diddy's in panic mode. There ain't no question about it. He's in panic mode. He's in panic mode. You know, they got a fifth victim that just came out of the blue. They got a whole bunch of other people that's giving proffers testifying against Diddy. I told you guys this was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna pull a desperate move and go get more lawyers. He has to, and but all he's doing is throwing his money away, because it don't matter how many lawyers you got. If the feds got that evidence right there, shit, the evidence is sitting right there. You understand what I'm saying? So Diddy can go hire these guys and take all Diddy's money. They're gonna wipe Diddy's pockets. His pockets is gonna get cleaned, completely starched. Is his pockets messing with these? But again, he only has one chance at freedom, so he gonna take the best chance he can get. I can't blame Diddy for doing this. He gonna take the best shot he can take. Yo, he don't have nothing else. He doesn't have anything else. You understand what I'm saying? So he has to do this. This is the last. So he's like, yo, if I'm gonna trick my money, I'm going off on a lawyer I can and give it the last hoorah. And that's exactly what Sean Diddy Combs is doing right now, man. He's giving the last hoorah, man. Shout out to Alexandra in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you, my sister. I appreciate you. Much love to you. Honor and respect to you. I really appreciate that. Salute. Let me see something here. Hold on, who else it was? Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm just telling y'all. So now, me personally, him getting Young Thug's lawyer, it's not going to help his situation, Diddy's situation, because they're still investigating Diddy. And that's the thing. They still going to have more charges coming on this dude. So, again, man, it's like, he getting hit with a tsunami, man, and they're hitting him with a slow drip. Slow drip. Slow drip, 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 drip. And him going to get Brian Steele and looking for more lawyers, it's letting y'all know he's not happy with his lawyers right now. He's not happy with how his whole situation is going. I'm telling y'all this. Diddy is not happy with how his situation is going. That's how y'all know these niggas be out here capping. And I told everybody that was watching this video this, and they didn't have to listen to me. But the best thing that you can do is listen to me. Because I told all of y'all, Diddy didn't think he was going to win this shit. That's why he went and got a new lawyer. So somebody was like, oh, Diddy got the YSL lawyer. He going to get bail now. No, how he going to get bail when he already waived that right? The trial is already here almost. He ain't getting bail. There is no more bail hearings. That's how y'all know these people don't know nothing about this case. That dude hit me up talking about, yeah, man, ticket. Diddy just hired Young Thug's lawyer, the YSL lawyer. He getting bail now. No, he ain't getting bail. That ship is already sailed. What do you mean? That ship is already sailed. So don't nobody want to hear that. He doing this out of desperation. I can't blame him. But I will tell y'all this. This trial is going to be the most interesting ever because a lot of people going to get exposed. And I ain't talking about Diddy. I'm telling y'all this right now. A lot of people going to get exposed. And I ain't talking about just Diddy. I'm talking about all these other people. Bro, it's finna get ugly out here, bro. I'm talking about all these people that's coming out to test. I want y'all to think about this now. All the witnesses that the feds say they got people who have allegations against Diddy. They ain't even charging Diddy with. So let me tell y'all what I think is going to happen based off this. Based off the fact that Diddy went and got Brian Steele to join his legal team, you know what I think is going to happen now? Now the feds going to drop motion on this nigga. I think the feds just going to keep dropping. They're going to keep dropping cases on this. They're going to keep dropping superseding indictments on this dude, bro, and add more victims. Watch. The feds is gonna stack this shit up so tall, it's gonna be insurmountable. They're gonna make Diddy hire about 20 lawyers and lose. I'm telling y'all this. They're gonna start, listen, they got other people they can charge him with right now. They're just not doing it. They're telling y'all right now they have people with corroborating evidence who are just coming in as corroborating witnesses to say, hey, Diddy did this to me. I have evidence and proof of it. So it goes along the lines of what he's being accused of by your victims in this case. So what's going to happen is this, bro, listen, the feds are going to say, okay, you want to play like that? Okay, cool. Boom. Another superseding indictment. We're going to charge you with this too. Victim number 6. Victim number 7. How you going to beat all these accusations and victims when we're going to drop this evidence on you? So if Diddy's playing like this, I'm telling you, it's going to get real dirty. So when they get to court, trust me, Diddy and them have a list of all these people. What they're going to do is, and they probably got man force going on right now, finding all these people's backgrounds. Bro, if you took a dump and didn't flush the toilet, they on your helmet. Diddy's lawyers are going to expose a lot of things about a lot of these people that y'all didn't know. DRUG usage. You know what I'm saying? Whether you was cheating on your husband or wife, things about your sex life that nobody knew about, maybe things that you were involved in criminally in your past that got dug up, nobody knew about. It's almost gonna be like running for president and how all these people start investigating you, all your allegations and all these things start coming up about you. That's what's gonna happen in court. Diddy's lawyers are what they're gonna do is they're gonna have to disprove and discredit all of the victims and all the witnesses. So I'm telling y'all that's why I said it's gonna get real ugly. They're gonna go up here and say the nastiest things about these people. They're gonna tell you guys secrets about these people, and they may have some people come up testifying against some of these people to tear down their credibility. So all of these different things y'all finna see in court. It ain't finna be just a free for all where everybody ganging up on Diddy and just, you know what I'm saying, stepping on Diddy. It's not finna be that. It's finna be, you know what I'm saying, it's finna be a war out there. But at the end of the day, the feds, I think they just got too much, man. I don't even think the feds will put out damn near half the stuff they got. Like, I don't think the feds will put out half the stuff they got, bro. I think the feds feel like, yeah, we got enough to get it right now. Because the feds will do you. I want y'all to think about something. Anybody who knows history, American history, mobster history, stuff like this, or if you guys have studied this stuff, the feds can F around and do Diddy like they did John Gotti. Remember how the feds did John Gotti? John Gotti went up there, beat the feds. What did the feds do? Went back and indicted him again. John Gotti beat the feds 2 times. What did they do? Went and indicted him, hit him with more charges. John Gotti beat the feds 3 times. What did the feds do? Went and indicted his ass again. They kept indicting this dude and yanking his ass in there until they got him locked up on a charge. And they went and got Sammy the Bull, and Sammy the Bull went up there along with those tapes they had on John Gotti, and boom, they buried his ass. That's exactly what happened. So for people who thinking that, oh, this will be a one-off for Diddy, man, the feds got so much shit. You know how much they got? Discovery they got? So they can look, the feds can afford a loss and say, hey, we're gonna do this again. Shit, we just come hit you with another indictment on a whole different case. That's exactly what they did to John Gotti. People gotta remember this. The feds wanted to get John Gotti so bad. They just kept coming. You know? So that's how they did. You know what I'm saying? That's how they did. That's actually how they did John Gotti, is what I'm saying to y'all. So if you guys who don't know who John Gotti is, some of y'all, John Gotti was a mobster. He was basically a straight gangster. You know what I'm saying? And John Gotti, he basically, got Paul Castellano whacked. You know what I'm saying? That was his boss at first. His boss was Paul Castellano. He got Paul Castellano whacked. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to be the man, right? So, in their profession, he had to go get permission from the other bosses to be able to, you know what I'm saying, order a hit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or he could get hit. So, he went and did that. They went and did the hit on Paul Castellano. And then the feds, right? They all knew John Gotti was the next, he was the next boss, right? So then what happens is that they went and took him to the feds. They lost. They were so mad they lost, right? They took him to the feds again. They lost. But the second time, it was either the second or the third time they found out that he had paid off a witness, right? So they charged a witness, or not a witness, he paid off a juror, I believe. So they charged the juror with, a crime. The juror ended up going to jail or prison for a few years. They charged the juror, right? But Gotti had gotten off 3 times. And they kept coming after this dude. They did the same thing to John Gotti's son. Look how many times the feds went after John Gotti's son, John Gotti Jr. They went after John Gotti Jr. multiple times. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you feel me? Yeah, that's why they call him Teflon Don, because He kept beating the system, but they kept coming after him. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, like a situation like Diddy is like, I don't never see Diddy beating this case right here. But if there's any way he beat this case, the fans would come back at him again. They'd be so upset they could. I guarantee they already have other shit lined up on this dude that they haven't even dropped. You know what I'm saying? They haven't even dropped. And back to the John Gotti thing. John Gotti got himself caught up because he broke the rules and he talked about shop in his crib, and his crib was being bugged, which he should have known it was being bugged after all them times they already came after you. Well, what you thought? You thought that you beat the Fed, so now it's over with? Nah, that ain't how it works. you can come back and get some more of this smoke. See what I'm saying? That's definitely not how it works. When it's with the Feds, you're gonna keep going and going and going and going. Shout out to the brother Justin in the PayPal with a donation. Salute to you, man. Justin Smith, I appreciate you, dog. Send a $50 donation to the PayPal. Appreciate it. Much love to you, dog. But yeah, man. So that's what I'm telling you guys. The situation with Sean Diddy Combs, man. That's why I told y'all this case is so legendary, bro. This case has so many layers to it. This is an unbelievable case, bro. This case has so many layers to it, and this case will expose so many people. I don't think people don't understand how many people finna get exposed in this case. And it's gonna be people that, again, that get exposed that didn't even think they was doing nothing criminally wrong. But like I said, they're gonna get morally exposed, which means they're gonna lose promotions. They're gonna lose endorsements. They may lose their spouse. Things like that. All this type of stuff gonna be going on, man. You guys gotta really think about that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean what I'm saying to y'all. You really gotta think about that. Right? So I'm just telling you what the real is. And I'm just keeping it real. Right? So that's for everybody to really understand where I'm coming from when I'm saying what I'm saying about this situation. And again, man, you know, this evidence that they pulled out on Diddy, this last indictment, this had to have shaken Diddy up. See, people came out and was like, hey, man, I ain't really seen that with the superseding indictment ticket. I ain't seen nothing with the latest, man. Y'all niggas crazy as hell because you don't know what you was looking at. They pulled out more victims and added 2 more counts to this dude. Who are you talking about? The dude had 3 counts, now he got 5. That's all you need to know. That's what the latest indictment did to him. You know what I'm saying? And then they revealed that not only that, they had people who have signed proffer agreements to testify and snitch against this guy. Meaning, when you sign a proffer agreement, you can't be prosecuted. They're basically promising you for your testimony, you won't be prosecuted. That destroys Diddy. That's why Diddy went and looking for all these lawyers. Because what Diddy's going to have to do is, first of all, he's going to have to get the perfect jury. Let me say this again. Diddy's going to have to get the perfect jury. When I say perfect jury, I mean he's going to have to get a jury of, Diddy's going to have to get a jury of all black men in the hood. When you going to get that? He's going to have to get a jury. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. He ain't going to want to have a jury of white women. He ain't going to want to have a jury of a lot of black women. And he ain't going to want to have a jury of a lot of white men. His jury pool is severely damaged. Right? That's why he wants a black woman on his case. Diddy has 2 men or 3 men and all rest of them women. He wants women up here because what they're going to do is they're going to put women. See, Diddy's going to do this thing. He going to come. I'm telling y'all, I studied this dude. This dude coming for the gusto. He's going to put that woman up there. So it ain't going to be too much of the men questioning Cassie. You know why? Because the feds are effing smart. They're going to put pregnant Cassie up there. Now imagine this. Cassie up there testifying against this man and she pregnant. Do you know what that's going to do to all those people that's in the courtroom visually? She ain't going to put no man up there talking down on her, trying to browbeat her like that. Nah, he's going to use the women lawyers to question those women. Right? So it doesn't seem like the men are trying to harp down on the women. He wants to use those women lawyers to go at those women because it's gonna make it like a woman's perspective, of what is consent, what is taking it, that's what he's gonna do. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this, right? So you guys got to really understand this stuff I'm saying to y'all, man. And to the dude who said Gotti kept beating the case because he had inside people. Yeah, he had inside people one time, but you got to think about this too. Gotti had the people behind him. Bro, John Gotti had the regular people behind him. John Gotti had everyday citizens cheering on a dude that was out here on people's brains out, period. John Gotti had fans out here, bro. So John Gotti was a real mobster, but he had fans that was all out here. So it wasn't like it was just he had to get some people. No, he had real people that was, bro. Did you see what happened when he finally got convicted, bro? They was out there flipping over cars and stuff, bro. The people was going crazy. They rioted in the streets when John Gotti got found guilty. So he really had an army of people out here that was, you know what I'm saying? That was standing with him. So for you to say he didn't have to do that, he didn't pay off all those people that was outside coming to the trial, that was just watching. Those were citizens who wanted to see a guy get over against the justice system. You know, some people hated the justice system so much, whatever they had, they just wanted to see him get over. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because they never make it seem like white people are like that, but hey man, listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is, man. You know, and then you got to think about it. When you have these type of criminal-minded guys, a lot of these guys, they're looked at as in certain ways different from their communities because a lot of these guys are giving back in their community. They're helping their community. So the people see them as different. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Most of these guys, their mix-ups is with people who are in the same life as them. See what I'm saying? So it's not like really civilians who's getting that type of smoke. Civilians, they're looking like, you know, everyday great citizens in front of civilians. But, you know, when you get in that life that they're in, that's when you see the ruthlessness and things like that. So, yeah, man, you got to study that whole situation to understand how that went down. But again, back to this situation right here. This let y'all know Diddy was not satisfied with his current legal team, bro. He did not think they could win this case straight up, especially with all this stuff that was coming out, bro. I'm telling y'all, when Anthony Rico said, under no circumstances can I continue this case, that nigga Diddy had to shit a brick. I'm telling y'all he was shitting bricks. Because I'm going to tell y'all what I think happened. I just personally think that him and Anthony Rico, I think Rico told him, look, dog, you need to do this. Drop these clowns. They're ruining you. You need to do this and do how I tell you need to do it, bro. And maybe you can walk out of here. And I think that Diddy had too many of those other dudes, and he had too much loyalty to Mark and Glifo or whatever like that. Him and Mark and Glifo go way back to where he didn't want to listen to Rico. He was blind. So Rico like, look, you ain't finna have me over here getting your ass kicked. You're not finna listen to me, and I'm telling you how you need to do this thing. Because did Rico tell Diddy, hey, look, you need to take this plea right here, bro? I'm telling you right now, you need to take this plea and graciously bow. Did Rico tell Diddy that? Did Rico see some things in these cases and these evidence and these charges that he said, man, ain't no effing way, bro. I can't sit up here and tell this dude I really think he gonna, you know what I'm saying? It had to have been something. It had to have been something, man. I'm just being honest with y'all. Shout out to Amber in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you, my sister. Much love to you. I appreciate you for the donation. She says, thanks for the hard work. Take a salute to you. I appreciate it. So, yeah, but that is going to be the strategy, in my opinion. Because remember, Brian Steele, even in the YSL case, Brian Steele was sitting up there. I mean, listen, bro. He's going to try and tear down. So, this team did he have? Bro, they're going to try and tear down every single victim. And everybody who's testifying against Diddy, every victim, they're going to try, man, they're going to cook all these people. Them people finna get exposed, bro. So, again, don't come in this case thinking that all of these people that's making these allegations are just perfect people in life. Bad things may have happened to these people, but bad things happen to bad people as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be honest. You know, you can still be a bad person and have something bad happen to you. So, you know, and you have to think about this too. A lot of those people that's in that lifestyle, are they really great people? You know what I mean? So I'm telling y'all that Diddy's fighting for his life. Y'all finna see. Watch what they finna do to Cassie. Any BS that Cassie had in her past, any dirt that she did, anything she may have did negatively, bro, they're gonna drag all that shit out. They're gonna pull that. It's gonna be a war in there. That's why I told y'all, ain't no way this case going no short. This case going a long way, bro. This case going a long way. And then when you look at the situation, like I said, with the other witnesses and stuff like that, and the other victims, and other witnesses, bro, Diddy's compiling a file, in my opinion, on all them people. He's already had one, but he's probably, you know what I'm saying, going to exposure mode now. So they for everybody who's going to testify, trust me, they got something to try to tear down their character with, and have you question, you know what I'm saying, that person. So I'm just letting y'all know now, before this thing gets to trial, a lot of these people are going to be shady people. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy's going to expose that. But the question is, does that change the evidence? Does that change the evidence that y'all going to see? That's the big question in this whole, in this whole case. Does that change the evidence y'all going to see? Right? Well, I think Diddy's trial is going to last probably about 7-8 months. Because when you think about all the people that's going to testify, and now, like I said, watch what I tell y'all. I guarantee y'all this. The fact that they went and got Brian Steele, watch. The feds, I'll give it about 3, maybe by the end of this week, they may drop another indictment on Diddy. with more victims. Watch. They may just do that shit just to say, okay, you want to play this? Now we're going to make you burn all your money. Period. Now go hire another lawyer. Because I'm telling y'all, mark my words, the feds not charging Diddy with everything they could charge him with. They're not doing it, bro. They're not charging him with everything they could charge him with, man. They ain't doing it, bro. They ain't doing it, man. You know? They holding some shit back. So, they holding some stuff back. You know, because the feds want a home run. They don't want no, you know what I'm saying, no overtime game and nothing like that. They want this shit to be nice and easy, where they just run you off the court. It's a 25, 30-point game. It's not even close. That's how the feds want it. They can still take cases that they, know they have a great chance at proving in court, but the feds normally want a slam dunk. They want an easy layup. I told y'all, this is why they, investigate dudes for years. That's why they say they still investigating Diddy. That's why I said somebody came on the channel yesterday. It was like, oh man, the feds, they must not be ready, ticket. They still investigating Diddy. Man, it's over with, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the person who says Diddy got money to fight this to the end, I doubt that, sir. I doubt that. You got to understand, that money goes real fast, bro. That money goes real fast. Bro, this man got like 7 lawyers, bro. He got 7 of the most high-profile, highest-paid lawyers in the world. So when you think about that, bro, you do the math, bro. This man got like what? 6, 7, 8, 9, $10,000 an hour lawyers. So these lawyers are clocking in 10, 12 hours a day. You know how much money that is, bro? It's $100,000 a day per lawyer. Some of them. Some of those lawyers he got, they may be 2,500, 3,000, 4,000 an hour. Man, that shit add up. You got 7 lawyers, nigga. You better think about that, bro. Them lawyers right now, if you think about it, between Mark and Gliffo and the Greg Girls dude and that girl, they don't already probably cleared about $5 million already. Let me repeat myself again. Since this thing started with Diddy, they'll probably clear about $5, $6, $7 million. Between $5 and $10 million. And the case ain't even started yet. Case ain't even started yet. Right? And that's probably on the low end. That's probably on the low end. So by the end of this case, Diddy will probably spend about $80, $90 million on lawyers, probably. That's just on lawyers, bro. See what I'm saying? Then y'all not remembering that if he gets found guilty of the they take away his assets. freeze his accounts, take away his house, take away his cars, take away his assets. So once they do that, how you gonna get the money to defend yourself? And then when you talk about appeals and things like that, you know how much money that stuff add up with, man? Bro, shit, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this. So let's just say for the whole trial, just that one lawyer, Mark Anglifo, let's say he getting 8, 9, 10 million. Let's say he getting 9, 10 million for that whole trial. How much money do you think Brian Steele right there on your screen getting? Brian Steele ain't coming in there for no pennies. Brian, I guarantee you, Brian Steele is getting probably about. He just did what he did in the YSL trial. And he thought he could beat that case. Forget Young Thug taking the plea. He thought he could beat the case. He probably getting about a good cold, and he came in late. He probably gonna get about $7, $8 million. Nah, let me say that. Hold on. Let me go. He probably gonna get about 7 to 14 million before this whole case is over with. If he stay on for the whole duration of the trial. Think about that. Think about that. So let me give y'all an example, right? Let's talk about lawyers and hours, right? So let's just say that he's a $10,000 hour lawyer right now, right? Let's say he is, right? Let's say he's a $10,000. Hold on, let me give y'all a hint. Watch this. Let me give y'all a hint. How much did O.J. Simpson pay in legal fees? All right, y'all. So check this out, man. Right? Way back, and hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. How much did O.J. Simpson pay Johnny Cochran in legal fees? All right, so check it out, y'all. They're saying that O.J. paid Johnny Cochran, right? They're saying that. Let me see this right here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see something right here. Hold on. I got it right here. For the LA Times, July the 9th, 1994. Right? This is in 94, y'all. This ain't even today. This is in 94. And remember, Johnny Cochran was the dude, but that case made Johnny Cochran. So watch this right here, right? OJ was spending back then anywhere, right? This was back then. Back then, top criminal defense lawyers commanded $250 to $400 an hour. Back then. Now these dudes getting paid $2,500, $5,000, $10,000 an hour. Think about this. Now, there was a quote from that LA Times article, and it says, I assume O.J. Simpson will be bankrupt or broke by the end of the trial simply because the money, whatever he has, will be spent legitimately on his defense. And that's without any make work BS, right? So think about this, y'all. Y'all ain't thinking about all the other fees that come with the stuff Diddy gonna need. Private investigators, right? All these other people that's gonna be on the staff, other lawyers that gonna be on the staff doing investigations, right? Working with the main lawyers. So those lawyers got a whole staff, right? So I want y'all to think about that, right? Now it says a conservative estimate at that time. This is before Johnny Cochran was a man. This is way back then. Would have been around $2 million. They're saying OJ spent anywhere from about, I would say, you know, let me see what it says. They said he spent anywhere from, well, I just seen it. Where was it at? Okay, here we go. My bad. Actually, anywhere from $6 million to $10 million. Well, actually, they said $3.5 to $10 million. Right? They said it could have went in the upper 10, but they gave 3.5 to 6. Right? That was then. Now think about this, y'all. Think about this right now. That's when lawyers was getting $250 to $400 an hour. Think of these lawyers out here getting 25. So now let's do this. Let's do the math right here, right? Let's do the math right here, right? Hold on. Let me look this up. Let me look this up right here. This is a good question right here. How much did Young Thug pay Brian Steele in legal fees? They say that's not available. They say that price is not available. They say that's not available. They say it's not available. Right? Right? That they're saying the word is, and let me tell y'all this right now. This is a rumor, but they're saying this is not confirmed. The rumor is he spent $8 million, up to 1 point, more than $8 million, excuse me, on Brian Steele. That's the rumor. He spent more than $8 million on Brian Steele. That's the rumor. What y'all think that this nigga gonna charge Diddy after what happened with that case? Man, that nigga finna get 10, at least 10 to 15, 16 million. 15 for the whole, if he go the whole duration of this, he getting 10, 15 million. That's one lawyer. So then you looking at Mark Anglifo. He probably gonna get around 8, 10 million, 10, 15, 20 million. No, I wouldn't say 20. He probably gonna get around. Nah, he been there from the beginning. So his shit adding up. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do the math right quick. So if you're looking at this, let me do the math. Hold on. Let's say Mark. Let's say Mark Anglifo's getting 5,000 an hour, right? Oh no, let's be conservative. Let's say he getting 3,500 an hour. Mark Anglifo, right, y'all? So he getting 3,500 an hour. Let's just say that, right? Let's say he working 10 hours every day, except for let's say he ain't working on Sundays. So let's say he takes Sundays off, right? Let's say he works 60 hours a week. So you put 3,500, right? First, no, my bad. First, you're gonna put 60 times. Let's say he does this every week. So let's say, hold on, 60 times 4 equals, that's 240. So that's 240 hours a month, right? Now, let's say he's been working on this case since Diddy got indicted back in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So let's say 8 months, right? So 240 times 8. He's done 1,920 hours. Now, let's say Mark Anglifo, Diddy, that one lawyer, has worked 1,920 hours. You multiply that, and let's say he's getting 3,500 an hour. 3,500 an hour. Mark Anglifo's already made $6,720,000, and we ain't even started the case yet. We ain't even started the case. Let me repeat myself again. We ain't even started the case. Since September indictment, if he's making, and that's on the low end, let's just say he's making 3,500. Now let's say he's making 5,000, what some people say he makes, right? So we do 1,920 hours times 5,000. He would have made $9,600,000 already off that one lawyer. Now we ain't even talked about private investigator fees, which is going to go into the million range. Other fees that's going to come in with other detectives, forensic people, doctors and stuff like that. That's another what? Let's say that's another 1.5, maybe 2 million with all the investigations they're going to have to do. So that's just with Mark Anglifo. Then let's say the other lawyers like getting like three and a half a piece, right? Diddy got like 6 lawyers. So let's do that right there. Let's say, okay, so we got 9,600,000 just for Mark Anglifo. Let's say his other lawyer, Terry Gregoros, right? Let's say he getting half of that. Let's say he getting 4. So you do plus 4 million. Then let's say each one of the ladies that's on there, let's say they're getting 1.5 million, right? So it's like he got like 4 ladies on there, right? So you talk about 1.5 million, 4 ladies. Let me see. 1.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7,500,000. 500,000. Let's put that on there. 7,500,000. Right? And then let's put on top of that Brian Steele right down your screen. Now let's say Brian Steele comes in here, and this is up until now, right? So hold on. Up until now, Diddy has paid pretty much right now. If that's right, it would have been $21 million in legal fees. God, dog. Now you just brought Brian Steele on. Brian Steele gonna hit you for another 15, 20 million for this case is over with. That's 40 million, depending on how long this case go. So that's damn near $100 million just in legal fees. Man, y'all dudes, man. And that's I ain't even talking about everything else. Legal fees and then just a little BS that I put in there with private investigators, forensic people or whatever like that, or doctors and stuff like that. It's like 100 million right there on lawyers, bro. That's crazy, bro. Now imagine if the late great Johnny Cochran was alive, how much money he'd be worth today. Johnny Cochran be the best lawyer in the world. Shout out to Joy Powell with the donation of cash. She said, for giving us the truth. Salute to you, my sister. Much love to you. Imagine that, y'all. I want y'all to really think about that. So imagine if Johnny Cochran was allowed to. Johnny Cochran would be making damn near $20,000 an hour. If the late great Johnny Cochran was alive today, he'd be the highest paid lawyer ever. He'd be making $20,000 an hour. Johnny Cochran. And he definitely would be the lead lawyer in this. Well, it depends on if he wanted to take this case. But he'd be making $20,000 an hour. Yep. You guys got to think about this stuff, man. So when they say, oh, Diddy got the money, man, listen, man. Y'all don't understand. When they say these people they say Diddy's worth $400 million. Go ask how much cash Diddy got. That's the thing y'all got to understand. Because now all this other stuff comes to assets, stocks, bonds, investments. All that's not liquid. This is the thing people not understanding. All this shit is not paper money. Diddy ain't going to the bank and taking out $400 million. That's the part y'all not understanding. So when they say, "Oh, this guy's worth $400 million," nah, they talking about, okay, let's say if they say Diddy's worth $400 million, that means he probably got like 150 in the bank, right? With investments, that's probably about another 100 million, 150 million. So that's 300 million right there. You know what I'm saying? And then other things that he have going on, that he have his name on, or just things that he have that he owns that's worth something. Real estate, things like that. Boom. It adds up to 400, 500 million. Period. To the person who said Diddy's a billionaire, he ain't a billionaire, bro. You guys got to understand that. Shout out to the Music Recording Network with the $50 donation. Salute to you, brother. Much love, honor, and respect to you. I appreciate you, man. But this is what I'm telling people. So when y'all talk about this bread and this money and stacking this thing up like this and adding this stuff up, bro, that stuff So listen, if Diddy got $100 million, right? So yeah, so that one house he got $50 million. And remember this, y'all, that house that he had that was $50 million wasn't even paid off. He paid it off after he had these problems just so he could put it up for a bail. And they still rejected his bail. He was paying on that house. And I want y'all to think about this. Diddy's son had been having money problems. He couldn't even pay his bill on his card. They are paying payments on cars. This how y'all know. I be trying to tell y'all this. People don't understand this shit, bro. If you listen, let me tell y'all something. I hate doing a payment plan on something. I always want to walk in there, pay whatever it is, and walk out. I never want to do a payment plan. So when you see a guy like Diddy, and he got payment plans for certain things, they owe money on, or may owe money here or there on cards or this, that, or third. You understand what I'm saying? Now it starts to show y'all that all of this stuff ain't what y'all think it is. Right? All that flossing, all that spending money, that shit evaporate quick. Don't y'all know you spend money fast? People spend money faster than what they make it. You spend money faster than what you make it. Everybody in this, let me say this to y'all. Everybody in this chat room that got a job, you may have touched in your lifetime. Let's say you're 40 years old, right? Let's just say that you guys are, no, let's say you're 30 years old, right? Let's say you've worked for the last 10 years, right? You may have touched $350,000. How much of it did you save? So let's just say out of the last 10 years, some of y'all that's 30 years old, you've touched $375,000 in 10 years, right? And that's on the low end for what some people's getting, because some of y'all are making 100, 125, 130, 150 a year. But some of y'all, you only making 50, 60. So I'm talking to the people that's making 50, 60, something like that a year, right? Think about this. So you're talking about 10 years. Let's say it's three something, 375. How much of that money did you keep? Think about it. You probably spent most of that money on rent, paying off your credit cards, right? Paying off your car. Your car ain't even yours. You ain't even finished paying off your car. Groceries. When you look at your bank account, you're like, damn, I ain't even got, like, you could have worked for the last 10 years. Think about this. You could have worked for the last 10 years. You might not even have $5,000 in the bank. Think about that shit, yo. You might have touched almost $400,000, and you might not even have $5,000 in the bank. Just because they tell y'all these dudes didn't know that, bro, that shit don't mean nothing. That's why we try to tell people, bro, listen, I can do videos about this type of stuff. It's called investments. It's called saving your money and being responsible. For example, let me give y'all an example, right? People complain about money they make. I want y'all to think about this, right? But they don't complain about how they mismanage their money. Let's think about what I'm saying to y'all, right? Right? Instead of putting your money into something where you can make money off your own money and getting your money back, people waste their money on stupid stuff. Gotta have a new pair of shoes. So let's just say this right now. Watch this, y'all. It's dudes in here that every single week 2 weeks they get paid. So let's say they get a check. Every 2 weeks they get a check. You know what these niggas is doing? Going to buy new shoes. They got 1,000 pair of shoes, right? So let's just say each of those shoes is worth $100. Now let's think. I want y'all to think about this now. Everybody watching this video. $100 times 1,000. That's $100,000 right there. Now some of them shoes is $150, $200. So we're not going to say that. We're just going to use the bare minimum. And I'm talking about the last 10 years. Some of these dudes getting 2, 3 pair of shoes every paycheck. Oh, I got to have my shoe collector. I got to have the new shoes. I ain't even wearing them things 1, 2, 3 times. That's $100,000 right there. I want y'all to think about this. If you're a smoker, you smoke cigarettes, you work a 9 to 5, right? You could easily say, you know what, man? Me keeping my money is worth more than me smoking these cigarettes. But you always got to go get a Newport in a box. Or you got to get the soft pack. Whatever you do, right? Think about what I'm saying to y'all right now. I want everybody to really think about the information I'm putting in y'all's mind, right? So instead of you saying, you know what? Somebody in the comment section right now who smokes, how much is a box of cigarettes? A box of Newports? How much is a box of Newports right now? I'm asking everybody in the comments because I want to show y'all something when it pertains to this Diddy situation and how this money and stuff just goes quick. People keep thinking people got money forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. It don't work like that. If you don't have money consistently coming in, you ain't gonna keep having money forever. For a box of Newports, how much? Somebody said $15 for a box of Newports, right? $12, $15. Now check this out, y'all. How many boxes of Newports do you smoke a day? Right? I'm asking somebody in this question. Somebody said 18. All right, so we'll use this. We'll just say it's 1350, right? Let's say y'all smoking, because these people be going through a box a day. I be see people going through a box a day, right? So check this out, y'all. Let's say you smoke 10 boxes of cigarettes a week. Think about this. 10 times 13.50 equals $135 a week. You spend $135 a week on cigarettes. Think about this now. Now I want y'all to think about this. Right? Now watch this. Let's go to Google. How many weeks are in a year? Right? One calendar year. Yeah, around 52 weeks, right? Bro, just off those boxes of cigarettes, 10 boxes of cigarettes a week. That's $7,000 you could have in your pocket every single year. Now, let's say you've been smoking cigarettes for 10 years. What's 7,000 times 10? $70,000. Think about that. If you didn't smoke, you say, damn, I'd had an extra $7,000 in my pocket just the last 10 years if I wasn't smoking. Now think about this. Y'all know the same people that smoke, they drinking. They drinking, right? They drinking beer. They drinking liquor. All of this stuff, right? Whiskey, all kind of shit. So think about this. That's $70,000 in 10 years just smoking cigarettes. Now watch this. So if you drink, some of y'all go through a pack. Man, these motherfuckers be buying a 6-pack or 12-pack, or whatever y'all buy, 24-pack, whatever it is. Let's say that you drink. You're a drinker, right? Let's say you're spending. Let's say you're spending another $150 a week on beer. 10 years, that's another $70,000. That's $140,000 right there. That's another $140,000 right there in 10 years. 10 years that you could have had in your pocket. Just that. Now think about what I'm just saying to y'all now. Now, take it to this. Now let's talk about all the other shit that y'all do that y'all don't even need. Buying TVs when you don't need them. I gotta go get a big screen, man. Give me about 5, 6, 700. Think about this now. Think about what I'm saying now. Right? Buying all them gadgets in your house that you got in your kitchen that you don't ever use. This stuff all add up. This stuff all add up. So basically what I'm saying is, if you were disciplined, think about this. If you're disciplined for 10 years, you can set yourself up with enough money to work the job you really want to work. But people ain't got the type of discipline. And then y'all sit up here and look at celebrities and say, oh man, they got money forever. Man, why y'all think these people got to keep doing this stuff? They have to keep doing things to continue to earn with the lifestyle that they live. These are the things that they're not teaching y'all. Shout out to Dale Gordon, the cash out the donation. Salute to you. You said Truth Teller. Salute to you, brother. Much love to you. I appreciate you for the donation. But this is the type of stuff that people are not telling y'all. I'm telling y'all what the real is. I'm telling y'all what the real is. So I just want people to look at this stuff, or look at what I'm saying, and understand that what I'm saying is real, man. When they talk about, oh, Diddy got money, man, he ain't working no more right now. Y'all gotta understand something. They cut Diddy all his finances off. That's something different. When your finances get cut off and you ain't making money and you spending money, that's going down all the time. You have to continue to make money. That's why I knew that Charles Barkley was full of ish when he sat up there acting like and talking like he was just going to stop. When Charles Barkley sat up there like a damn fool, act like he was going to just stop doing inside the NBA, I said he's a liar. You getting paid $100-something million to do that easy TV show? You ain't going to stop. You damn sure. You'll be a damn fool to stop. You ain't going to do nothing but sit up there and laugh and talk about basketball. You'd be a damn fool to stop that money keep coming. And then you seen what happened. As soon as they were ready to take that show away, they got mad. They was like, oh, man, y'all. When they act like they was going to retire, they wasn't planning on retiring. They was just jerking around them people to make sure they got their bread up. That's exactly what they were doing. And they were playing the game smart. But then as soon as they thought that they was really going to lose that show and lose that easy check, man, they're like, man, because that money go fast. When you live a certain lifestyle and you live it, bro, that money goes fast. So for all y'all sitting here saying, hey, man, Diddy just got all this money, bro, he ain't making money right now. He ain't got money coming in. They cut off all his sources of income. So all that money y'all think he got, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. He ain't got it. He got to build that up. He got to build that up and get that to a point to where, you know what I'm saying, it's continuously coming in. That's why he was always doing different brand stuff to keep the money coming in. That is very important. All right. And I think people really got to understand that part of what I'm saying to y'all. That part is very important. That. So hopefully people do realize and recognize what I'm saying, man. I'm just trying to show some love to y'all and tell y'all something. I know I probably put some on some people's mind and they're like, damn, dog, I do be spending way too much money that I ain't got to spend. Because if I had that money, damn it, I could have went and bought my stuff. Some of y'all still paying on the house that y'all going to be paying on for the next 25 years. When if you would have saved money, damn, your house would have probably halfway then paid off. Then all your money, you just save that. And you just build up. You cook. That's how you do. But y'all definitely let me know what y'all think, man. I think the Diddy, man, he going deep in them pockets, man. Bro, this man going deep. This man going deep in the pockets, bro. Bro, he going deep in them pockets, shouty. Y'all let me know what y'all feel on that, though, man. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody tapping on in, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't hire Brian Steele, so we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? With Diddy's case, man. But I think he's going to be for a big L on all fronts. I think they're going to get all his money. So I think not only they're going to get all his money, man. Shout out to Sister Sherry in the Cash App the donation. Salute to you. She sent a $30 donation. She said, I love your channel ticket. Salute to you, my sister. Much love to you. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Now, Brian Steele may come in and say, look, this is what I can get you. Hey, hold on. Somebody just said something. Damn it, you might not have been lying, dog. To this dude right here, let me say this to you. You said, did he take a plea deal? Brian Steele is in there. Will Brian Steele be able to get a plea deal? Is that what Diddy's angling by bringing in Brian Steele? Is potentially looking at this saying, bro, I can't beat this shit. Let me take a plea. But here's the question. Do the government want to give him a plea? Is Brian Steele going to be able to go to the government and say, look, we'll just take a plea. Let us get a plea. Or is the government so mad, they saying, nah, we're going to prosecute him. We want him all the way. You know, because most of the times the feds will take a plea most of the times. But that's the question. Diddy ain't going to want to take no 20-year plea. He's done. 20 years? Diddy's 56 years old. He ain't trying to get out 76. What he going to do? If Diddy take a plea deal, he going to want to take a 10-year deal. And that ain't happening. They're not letting Diddy walk on 10 years. I'm telling y'all this. They'll make Diddy take a 15-year. Diddy would the least I can see him getting is a 15-year plea. But I don't even see that happening because he got so many counts. He got 5 counts against him, bro. For him to get 15, and he's facing life he's facing life in prison alone for the racketeering charge. That ain't even the other charges. This dude been hit with 5 counts. For the RICO alone, he's facing life. So, yeah, man. If Brian Steele pull this off, and he comes in here and he gets Diddy 15 on a plea bargain or something like that, man, bro. Listen, bro. I'm speechless, bro. I'm speechless, bro. I'm speechless. I just don't see them doing that. I don't see the feds. I think the feds want the whole whiff of Diddy. I think they want the whole whiff of Diddy now. I think Diddy got these people so upset. I think they want the whole whiff of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys, man, you guys who don't know what's going on, definitely let y'all know what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? But really appreciate all of y'all for tapping on in. Much love, honor, and respect to all of you guys. Hold on, somebody said, let me see. Keisha, salute to you. I see you, girl. Much love to the sister Keisha in the Cash App. Coming through $25 donation. Appreciate you, my sister. Much love to you. You know what it is. But yeah, I'm telling y'all ladies too, y'all need to understand this. The stuff they're gonna come with on Cassie is gonna be disgusting. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all need to be prepared for that. It's not gonna be just no clean, just that, and the third. It's gonna be disgusting what y'all see out here with Cassie. I'm just being honest. So y'all definitely let me know what y'all feel on this. Uh, she gonna get dirt all over her. That's not saying that she's lying about her allegations, but it's just showing y'all that nobody's perfect and that this case is gonna have dirt on a lot of people, bro. Everybody gonna get dirty. I don't think nobody walking out this case that's involved clean. So let me know what y'all feel, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, because everything gonna be exposed. Text messages, all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Private messages, voicemails. So, I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all feel on this. Salute to everybody who support the channel, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all want that membership, y'all want the wrench automatic. All y'all do is hit me Cash App, PayPal, Hundo, and send me your avatar link. Y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? Salute to all of y'all. Peace. And they say Diddy's still trying to. I think he's still trying to hire a black female lawyer, but we're gonna see, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You said if Diddy's taking a stand, if he's smart, he won't. If he takes the stand, he's cooked. If he takes the stand, he's gonna end up talking. They're gonna end up getting him talking about everybody. He's cooked because they're gonna be able to cross-examine him. And when they cross-examine him, the Diddy's team, the defense, is not gonna be able to control any of the questions from the prosecution. So that's why I said Mark Anglifo was a damn fool when he said he was gonna let Diddy get on the stand. Let him get on the stand for what? How is he gonna explain that beating on tape? How is he going to explain beating on Cassie ass? They're going to tear his ass up on that. The last thing he need to do is get up on that stand. Who are we going to say? Oh, yeah, they messed the tape. That ain't how it went down. Man, you crazy, man. Them people going to be sitting there. Oh, man, guilty. Guilty. So, I'm saying y'all know what's up, man. I wouldn't put him on the stand. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym. Work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.